Horny after dark. I'm just saying. You
So
know,
on this one, you thrust it.
this is where we can do the thrusting. There we go.
You gotta get the thumb action in there.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so
okay.
Oh Lord.
anyways, so
I'm gonna take a sip.
Brian and I invited a friend along to one of the games. You've heard the stories.
No, hold on. Let's
Oh, I'm sorry.
you
Jason.
invited a friend. I don't want any part of this.
Oh,
all
man.
right.
SAJ.
Let me tell you what, go with the story so I can tell mine about this dude.
SAJ invited a friend along, and seemed like a mild-mannered enough person when when I invited him. He seemed pretty laid back. You've heard the legends, you've heard the rumors. I'm here to confirm pretty much every single one of them.
He's a new captain.
They're all true.
He is the
They're
new
not
captain.
even rumors.
He's called Captain Nips. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he pretty
He
much
called
stripped
Captain Booty
down.
Shorts. He wore them
No,
tight ass little shorts.
he had regular. It was just regular shorts on, and then throughout the day of tailgating, every drink he had, he'd scoot his shorts up a little bit more.
Yeah, they got tighter
bring
and
it, turn
tighter.
it a little bit more, and then he ended up like getting the BWO shirt, cut the sleeves off, and then
Yeah.
throughout the day it'd like go deeper, all the way down, and eventually it was just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Captain
It's-
Nips.
Trust me, you
It's
don't want to
Captain
know
Nips.
Captain
I
Nips.
won't reveal his true identity just
No.
for the kids' safety, but
This is only horns.
no, I mean for his kids. Because
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I don't want them to have to know about that.
Good call.
Oh my
But-
gosh.
He started out again mild-mannered enough, and the way that alcohol does everybody, right?
Not everybody.
Inhibitions. Well, you drink that much, yeah. But the inhibitions went out the window a lot, and I can't even on our show here. I can't repeat some of the things that he said.
Oh, God. Yeah.
But now you have to because we can.
Oh my God. Okay. What was the quarterback, Brian?
That was we were playing
Normandy?
Arlington.
Oh, Kevin Anderson. That
No.
piece of-
It was
What the hell was
Slaughter.
his name? Who?
Oh, that
Slaughter?
failure Slaughter, the one who went to the USFL.
Slaughter. Slaughter.
Slaughter.
Oh, that other guy, that other loser.
The other loser
100%.
that plays for
Of
the
course,
team.
he played for Arlington and got cut. That's how you gotta really suck to get cut from Arlington. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to make sure that I don't say this too loud to where my kids hear this, but he 100% said he was calling him out. He was like, Slot, or he was like, 10, I want to fuck you in the ass, 10. 100%.
Wow.
100%.
At the game?
Wow.
At the game.
At the game.
Is this where y'all got in trouble?
No, so this was the game
Oh, this is
after.
your
He said,
section.
no, not
This
this
was
one.
the
Security
game
let it
after we got in
slide.
trouble. And so we told him at the beginning, we sat down and be like, all right, hey, look, you can scream, you can yell, you can kind of
Y'all gave him
heckle the
rules.
other team, do whatever, be loud, and be annoying. Just watch your language. Don't curse. As soon as the team comes up, he's like, F you. I'm like, no, you can't say that. And he's like flipping the team off. I'm like, no, you can't do that.
Oh no. He said, I'm sorry, he didn't say he wanted to fuck him. He said he wanted to get in his ass. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's
With
why I had
with
to
the
clarify.
thrusting.
Yeah, if he wanted to.
With the thumb action.
Oh yeah.
So this is what happens in section 134.
Yeah,
You're
Yep.
vulgar.
You guys
thrusting
thought
with
you
the
were
thumb
rowdy.
action. They're bowling balling it.
Yep.
That's
You guys
right.
thought you were rowdy.
I
Yeah,
would
they're
be so
different type of
corrupted
rowdy.
there.
We're
You know what?
rowdy
Hey,
in support of our players. You
if
guys
the
are
opponent-
rowdy.
family
if the
fun.
opponent does not leave the game emotionally scarred, you didn't do your job right.
They all needed counseling when we left. I
Yep.
think at one point Captain Nips said he wanted to give them the minivan. You guys know what the minivan is?
I do not.
I want to know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Y'all friends are weird.
It's hang on, because I'm 2 in the front, 5 in the rear.
Oh, Lord, I'm headache. Is this what I'm
That-
gonna learn in San Antonio?
No, just on this show.
This is
This is only horns.
Oh
this is
my
where
God.
where like if you go so Are you
Somebody
familiar with
change our
Marbach Road?
background in the back.
Oh
Are
yeah.
you
Changing
good
our
with the
horns
snot
for a
rockets?
podcast.
Uh,
It's not rocket one.
Yeah.
Who has
Should
the
I
image?
take my flags down?
Oh no, leave him
I
up.
was waiting for Jackie. Upload your image.
Yeah, put the sperm rockets on there.
Oh my gosh.
So
Here, I'm gonna
It's
take my
not.
flag down real quick.
Hey,
Hold that thought.
You
He
probably
said, wait
should.
a minute. Y'all gonna tarnish her good name.
I mean, that's
See,
what we
my
do here on
horns.
this show.
Oh, so let me tell you about this guy.
Let me tell you something.
Captain Nips, at the end of the game, in a very empty parking lot, two women, so me and my best friend are walking back to the car, and I'm literally holding the door open, and this dude comes and quietly comes behind me and taps me, and I swear to God, if I hadn't seen like tried not to see red immediately, I was about to punch him and knock him on his ass.
Oh,
'Cause
who
I
are
was
you
like,
gonna punch?
Captain Nips.
Captain Nips.
He literally came up to in a dark parking lot to two women in a car with their backs turned. I mean, it's my fault too. I shouldn't have my back turned because now I know there's crazy ass motherfuckers out there called Captain Nips. And I just told him, I'm like, this fool, like literally,
They
like,
cover the nips.
I barely met him, and I just saw him getting drunker and nakeder during the tailgate.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, he got lucky.
And then so
It didn't stop in the game either.
After the game, like
lucky.
we lost him for about 45 minutes.
Oh,
like
Lord. He was running
we
around.
had
the
to, so
parking lot,
we're
that's
you know
why.
we're in our section. We're kind of saying bye to all the people we know, and he just kind of walks up the stairs, into the up there, and we're
Gone.
like, all right, maybe he's gonna wait up there for us. So we go up there and we look around the concourse, and he's not there. Like, oh, maybe we'll run into him. We start walking out, nowhere to be found at all. And so we get to the truck, and we're just like, where's this dude at? Just calling him, texting him, and about 45 minutes later, he finally calls back. He's like, well, I'm over here at like the other parking lot. And so we walk over there. He said he was
in
at
C.
this column number. We're like standing in the column number, can't find the guy. And so
Or no, B. I'm sorry, B. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he's in B. So we walk back to the truck. Finally, he comes in like stumbling around, and we go to like try and get him in the truck, and he just like passes us. I don't know if he smelled that a car on the other side of the parking lot had beer, so he went to walk over there. So we had to like follow him over there and kind of like grab him, bring him back, and like push him like a toddler to the truck. So I get in. He goes to walk around to the front of the truck to get in, and then he just goes to another group of people. We're like, Jesus Christ, are you kidding me?
Literally, like a bloodhound tracking alcohol.
How old is this
Anywhere there
guy?
was booze. Huh?
How old is he?
30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mid 30s, 40,
Wow.
He still got that wild streak.
Yeah. Some of us keep that a little longer than others.
I mean,
Men keep it longer.
I'm not saying nothing.
Yes.
But, hey, by the way,
Yes.
thank you again, Jorge, for the hat.
You're welcome. Very welcome. Happy birthday.
Oh, what'd you get? Oh,
Right there, my guy. I vaguely remember you giving me the hat.
I know you were
like on
gone.
your fourth like adult Capri Sun by then or something.
Yeah.
Adult Capri Sun.
That's what they look like.
So we celebrated my birthday this last weekend.
Oh, is that where you guys were all out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Friday,
Going on
last
that.
Friday.
So
I stalked y'all.
yeah, in my family here, we do like birthday weeks. This weird concept my wife
Birthday
introduced. I love it to death. But it's still weird, even 15 years later here. But they had these bagged drinks. They're like adult Capri Suns, as Jackie said. Yeah. Now, God's honest truth. I only had 2.5. Okay.
But
how much? What percentage were they? Like they were at 17 too, weren't they?
17%.
yeah, they make those things crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I did some tubing with one.
Yeah. And
Never again.
when things started getting kind of fuzzy and I was starting to not remember stuff, I was like, I'm done. And that was at like 8:00. I was like, I'm done. And we still stayed out till like 1:30.
That's late
Dude,
for you.
You missed out on 9 inches long. I'm just saying.
I did.
Yeah.
I missed out on 10 inches of meat from
No,
9
only
inches.
9. 10 is way too much. 9.
10.
This guy.
It was.
10
I'm
is
vegan.
overdue.
I'm vegan. I don't know what
That's
y'all
all right.
talking
They serve quesadillas.
They circus ideas. Not 9 inches of them, but they got those.
about. They
Okay.
But
got
yeah, it
though.
was only because we were like thinking, oh man, I gotta walk far. We were gonna get the car. He's like,
Uh-huh.
it's 300 feet away. It's like literally up the street,
Around the corner.
around the corner.
Over the hill and down through the
Yeah.
woods.
Yeah, like they
You
were.
had to walk around the
Around
corner
from
to
the
get your meat, Jorge?
backside is where the meat was.
Jackie was like, "Man, like I'll be right. I'll meet you there. I'm gonna get the car." I'm like, "Yo, it's right here."
Well,
She's
he
like,
said-
"Where?"
he said
I was
300
like,
feet.
Excuse
"You
me.
see that? You see that neon sign right there?" She's like, "That's it." And I was like, "Yeah, that's it." She's like, "Oh, I could just walk that." And I'm like, "Come on, like you
Now,
would have spent more
I do
time trying
not
to find
thrive in
parking."
heat. I do not thrive in heat.
I don't
don't
know
know
if
why
I
I
should
live
feel
here.
honored or insulted that Jorge wasn't willing to share his meat source with me. Because he didn't invite me.
Yeah, I did, and you said we're going to Thirsty Horse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Y'all
I did
walked
invite
the
you
opposite
multiple
way.
times.
I don't
What's
remember that.
what's see? I didn't
That
get
was
y'all to come down
after
here.
everything got fuzzy.
Yeah.
What's
What you got out
Thirsty
there?
Horse?
So Thirsty
Another
Horse
bar.
is a dance hall, a Texas country dance hall here in San Antonio. It's one of my favorite dancing halls in San Antonio, and it's also where my wife said 3 weeks into dating me that she was gonna marry me.
Nice.
Which was
I love
well, Jay, I actually told you this story, Jay, but you probably don't remember. But yeah,
No,
so
You've told me that before. I remember.
no,
that
I told
story
you
from
this
before.
at the when you were drinking your Capri Sun.
Well, I remember you
but
telling me that before, or
but yeah,
else
so
that memory
Thirsty
locked in. And
Thirsty Horse is like we went dancing, and because she went to Incarnate Word, I went to Texas A&I down in Kingsville, and they were
Uh-huh.
playing each other back when Incarnate Word was still Division II. And a bunch of my friends from Kingsville came up, and I thought we were gonna sit on the Kingsville side, So I'm going dressed in my alma mater colors, which is this color blue. And,
Arlington Blue.
no, not that ugly. And she was wearing her Incarnate Word shirt because she went to Incarnate Word. And out of nowhere, like she's like, no, or like she's like, I'll get the tickets because she was a student at the time, and she's like, we actually got his tickets over here, and I'm like, wait, what? And so there I go, like a menso, like walking over wearing like blue and a sea of red and
Looking
black,
out like a sore thumb.
and I'm just like,
that's the
all,
best.
and like the thing is that people from Kingsville, like we ain't got money. That's why you go to Kingsville's because you're balling on a budget, right? And then Incarnate Word being a
Texas State,
private
baby.
school, like you got some money if you go to Incarnate Word, right?
Yeah.
And so like I'm hanging around all these like alumni who are clearly like well off, like wearing
Yeah.
polos, and I'm just like with a ball cap and my shirt, and I'm just like, man, I would not fit in at this school, not at all.
Who won that game?
We did.
Well, there you go. See.
So,
All that
but the
matters.
thing is that it did not matter because we're Division II, and honestly, who cares about Division II? Nobody.
Yeah, that's true. Only Division I schools matter.
Yeah.
a lot of those D2 players are playing in the IFL and XFL.
Hey, this is the wrong podcast, bro.
I'm just
No.
saying.
I'm just kidding.
So
Oh,
we,
the-
I,
how's
went
that
to,
thing?
I went to A&M,
Okay.
and
Boo.
one of my buddies went to. He was a big UT fan, and so we went to one of the games. One of the last A&M UT games, not the very last one, but the one before that. And he got the tickets, so he got them all on the UT side. And so, of course, I'm showing up full maroon. So, and I'm maroon in a sea of burnt orange, except for the group that was sitting next to us. They had one Aggie fan in that group, and me and him were sitting right next to each other. So, we ended up winning that game. So we were the only two happy people in that entire section.
Keep the special kids together like that.
But you know what though? I feel so. The last game was what 2011, 2012
Ish.
ish, right? So
9 or 10, something like that.
yeah, so you probably would have gone to like 2009, 2010 around there.
Yeah.
So I feel, I mean, obviously Austin has changed so much since 2009, 2010 that I feel
hear that.
like now that they are coming, like they're coming back to the rivalry and they're doing it again. I feel like if Aggie fans went to Austin, they would be like welcomed with like bong water and mushrooms now. Whereas like
Probably.
if a Longhorn fan went to College Station, they would get like mugged or like beat down or jumped or thrown into the bonfire or something.
Well, because that's a college town. It's like, well, in UT, aren't you guys jumping into the SEC sometime like next year?
Yeah,
you know?
next
Next
year.
season.
So yeah, UT, not this coming season, but the season after that, UT and OU are joining the SEC.
Yeah,
but they're already playing SEC teams.
They're playing.
Or this
UT's
upcoming
playing a couple-
season.
Yeah,
they show up, right? They show up.
Yeah.
Who UT Austin? More than A&M they do, which isn't saying much either.
You know what? Last year being
I'm
like
giving
the
you a
outlier, we've actually been pretty good, right? Very, very good the last few years.
You guys have been like the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all start strong, you get ranked like number 10, and then you play Alabama, you
Here
shit
we
the
go.
bed, and then
This guy
like,
that's wearing it.
Alabama last
He's not
year,
even
right?
wearing his
Alabama
team's
last
jersey right now.
Light him up,
Wearing his team's jersey.
yeah. Light him
I'm
up,
just
Jackie.
saying.
You ain't even wearing the team's jersey. Like,
Since it's not, XFL only talk, can we talk about the Brittany Wimby slap on this?
oh
Yeah,
man,
you
don't
can.
get me
You
started
can.
with
That's
but-
hilarious,
so-
dude.
Don't get
I
me
think
started
they've
on
worked
Can-
together to make them both relevant.
Can we talk about
Yeah,
chorizo con cheap?
that Brit it's still Brit and she's alive and well and not some
Well, so,
AI.
no, but have you seen the video?
Yeah.
Have you seen the
I saw it today.
Have you seen the video
The video of what? What
of
happened?
the incident
Of the slap.
There's a video?
Yes.
There's a video, yes.
Yeah.
So I kid you. So this is what happened, right? So Britney Spears goes to reach for Wemby, right? Now, granted, she keeps
A
on saying
reenactment.
I tapped him on the shoulder. She was nowhere near his shoulder.
Yeah,
She
way up
like
higher.
legit would need a ladder to reach his shoulder. She reached out to him to hit like in his ass area, lower back, like lumbar ass area, right?
His ass back.
And
Well, he's so tall.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be able to touch his shoulder.
but she's out here saying like I was tapping him on the shoulder. It's like, bitch, no, you weren't. Like nobody can
Hey,
tap
leave
him on the
Britney
shoulder.
alone. We've already talked
No.
about this.
He was tapping
No.
her on
You
the
know,
shoulder.
I love Brittany.
Here's the thing:
Leave her alone.
is that
Brittany.
she reached out, right?
Hit me, baby,
Security
one
for
more
the
time.
Spurs was simply doing his job. He like everyone's saying, oh, he bitch slapped her. He like knocked her to the ground. No, he did not. All he did was this to block.
He saw an arm coming.
He saw an
from
arm
the crowd, and
did that.
he just knocked it back.
And it's not his fault that Britney Spears has a weak arm and she hit herself in the face like that.
Well, even like the video. So I saw that like there were reports that she actually hit herself, and then no, it was the security guy that hit her. You can't really tell from the video what happened.
Not the
like
angle.
her arm kind of goes back, but so does his, and so they're both like right here at the same time. So
all he did was his job, which was swat away a random arm while Wemby's walking, right? And she's trying to make it this big old deal and saying like I got assaulted and this and that's like, no, you didn't, lady.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, you've been swarmed by fans who have done worse to you and like did nothing. But as soon as you try to do it to Wemby, I guarantee you, if Wemby was playing in LA, the story would be unhinged Britney Spears attacks NBA prospects, right? If he was playing with LeBron. But because he's playing here in San Antonio, it's thug San Antonio security guard from Marbach Road goes and smacks the shit out of Britney Spears. Like, come on, y'all.
Hey,
I
he
got
got
your
me some
background
good
up.
prices on merch.
I
I'm just
see
saying.
that. Good job.
So,
Yes, I
which
knew.
which
Yes, I knew
which
After
brings me
Hour logo.
to my next point. Do you are you familiar or are you aware of what Marbach Road is in San Antonio?
It's my hood.
It's a
I
special
definitely am
place.
not. Y'all know me.
No.
It
Okay,
is a special place.
so if you
Special
want
place.
like merch that
Cheap.
is unauthorized of any team, you go to Marbach Road. If you want to see Cuz with the Edgar haircut,
Ooh.
burning, spinning out their tires, you go to Marbach Road.
You can go
If
a
you want to
couple
go
houses
get,
from my street.
if you want to get the good,
From my
Good,
street.
good.
some nose candy, you go to Fred's
Right up my
Fish Fry
street.
on Marbach Road.
Or up my street.
You could go to 80 Fred's Fish Fry for that, probably, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
true.
I would stick out on Marbeck Road.
Nah, they'd probably be like,
Surprise.
nah, you'd be surprised. Nah, they'd be like,
Should be like,
okay.
what
She
I'm
got
looking
some
to
money.
score.
Oh, yeah, they'd be like, all right. All right.
Yeah.
You have to get
I got your
overcharged or
good,
something.
mamacita.
They'd be like, hey, mama, my troca si quema.
Hey, Brahma Mama.
I'd be like, what?
I got those horns, but somewhere else, if you know what I'm saying,
Orale, Holmes.
That's
Oh,
Marbach
Lord.
Road for you.
Okay. Okay.
It's fun. It's fun.
There's a reason why if you go to as soon as they signed Wemby to or not even signed him, as soon as the Spurs got the #1 draft pick, you go to Wemby's posts on Instagram and
That's
all
where he
of them
is.
are flooded by don't go to Marbach, don't go to Marbach, don't go to Marbach. Which is probably why, I'm assuming the security guard was probably hired from there because he's like, oh no, if they're saying don't go to Marbach, this guy probably knows. And the guy probably gets paid in Keystone Light too. So
Keystone Light. Oh,
the Spurs are saving some money there.
Oh, Lord.
You sure it's not Natty Light?
Nah,
It's
it's either
classier than that, all right.
it's either Keystone or Modelo or
Lone Star or
Bud Light.
PBR.
Not Modelo. It's too expensive right now.
Yeah, that's very popular now.
You get Lone Star
Really?
or PBR.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Modelo's Modelo's I read something the other day. It was some article about how it's taken it's jumped up over Bud Light or something, and it's considered
Yep. There's nothing there. Security guard didn't mean to slap her. She's just trying to become relevant.
Y'all leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, I'm with Jackie on this. I gotta say,
tell her to leave Wemby alone.
You have not been through.
Right.
You have not been
Gumby
through.
just needs to stop being so damn tall. We saw him at Jay's party.
Exactly.
Remember, we saw him.
You gotta go.
That was Marbach Wemby.
That was Marbach Gumby came out to Jay's party.
He had
I'm
an
bringing out my
uneven
Britney
afro.
moves.
Yeah, he had an uneven afro and everything. I was like, oh, Gumby showed up. Okay.
What? I didn't even. Where was this guy? Would have taken pictures with him.
He was right behind us.
He was literally right behind us.
You
He
were
was
like
a
3
tall
Capri
guy with a
Suns
big old
in.
fro.
Oh, was this his night of his
Yeah.
Capri
Yeah.
Suns? Okay, that explains a
I
lot.
tell you, when Boban played for the Spurs, I saw him
I love that guy.
at HEB one time, and that dude was 7'5". Holy crap, he's every bit
Jeez.
I'm gonna go
7
get me
freaking
another
5.
drink.
And
Yeah.
I know. I don't want to go
like,
downstairs.
I was 10 feet from him, and it was like, holy
7'5"?
hell. Yeah.
Is that
Where'd
even
Jackie
humanly
go?
possible? She went to go get her a drink.
And I saw Boban. Oh, it was a bunch of Spurs players. So Patty Mills, Boban, Tony Parker, Ginobili. They all got a suite, and this was right in the very first season of San Antonio FC, and they got a luxury suite up at the top because of course they did. And I think Bruce Bowen was there too. A bunch of Spurs players were there, but Boban was one of them. And it was his first year in the league with the Spurs. And you would think that at a San Antonio FC game, with how rowdy the soccer fans are, that you would hear Tony or Manu. No. the entire crowd stopped caring about the damn soccer game and started chanting Boban, Boban, Boban. And I remember I was there. I was chanting. I loved him, man. I called him Gigantor. I was like, I hope this guy never leaves.
Dude, I love Boban. You know,
And
I
and like
hated when he left, but you know,
yeah,
I
and like
get why he did. But
and he came out to to the edge of the luxury box,
watch
and he was
basketball.
waving, and he was like going like the crowd was going nuts. Nothing was happening. Like they were just passing the ball around, playing regular soccer on the pitch.
nothing ever happens in soccer
Yeah,
anyway. So
and
All his life.
Boban comes out and he's just going nuts. Like the crowd's going nuts with Boban. And he's like I
I
remember
keep thinking you want to
I
say
already did.
bovine.
no,
I'm like,
Boban
Bovine.
Marjanovic, yeah.
yeah,
And
Boban
so
Oh,
and so he
Came out in his pajamas.
he completely took over like the stadium, and I remember he talked about it
Oh,
too.
look, I have the best husband. Look what he
That
brought
is so
me.
nice of him.
That's what I'm
Say hi,
talking about.
everybody.
I have
Rock
a little
on,
big
man.
refrigerator right here.
Why don't
Oh,
you
I have
Also-
one in there, but
you can't hear us.
I'm
but-
sorry. This
I
is
brought my
husband,
drinks
y'all.
ahead of time.
But
you
like
know everybody.
Yeah, I know her and I know him. And
Like, I know them all.
We're just after show now.
yeah,
Sorry.
I know.
Okay.
I was watching.
That's all you knew to
Thank you
bring
for
it up
watching.
here.
I'll put something up here on your show.
Okay.
so
Thank you.
Nicole, who are you talking
is-
about?
Who?
Brahma Babe, what is she wearing? Or tell us what are you? YouTube wants to know what you're
Woo!
wearing.
What am I wearing? Part of my
Oh,
outfit.
if they don't know what you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Nicole, I am wearing how do I explain this, y'all?
She is super fan. She's considered a super fan. So
She's
that's
a
her
super
persona.
fan of the San
She's
Antonio
wearing
Brahmas, obviously
clothes.
with this brand, this
Yeah.
hat right here.
Football.
Yes. So Nicole, my name is Brahma Babe, and I'm a super fan for the Brahmas, and this is kind of some of my get up I wear to the games.
This is
I-
like XFL fans are weird.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're very
So
weird.
I honestly do go out in public like this sometimes when I'm feeling a little extra sassy. But
Or when she's feeling horny after dark, you know. Hence the name of the show.
but I told Jackie earlier, I said I'm gonna go bottomless.
Whoa!
No, because I didn't want to wear my pleather pants because they're so hot.
Leather.
Okay, but you should probably say that part first before you say you're going to go out bottomless.
So that's why I have the little skirt on.
Okay.
But and then I told Jackie too. I ordered this shirt because it kind of looked like my
calm
shirt
down, Jay.
from
Calm down.
the
I know.
beginning of the season. But there was a problem, and I don't know, Jackie. You guys might notice there's a lot more yellow showing because this one was cut a lot different than the other one. The other one was like up here. This one not so much.
I like it though. I dig it. I was like, you should use this for an away game. I like the
It's,
setup.
I'll keep it in the repertoire.
Yeah. In case something, I hope no malfunctions, but in the event you have a malfunction.
Oh,
you have-
girl,
bring
there
that
was so
tape.
Now
there was
I also
so much.
before Nicole asked the question, no,
Uh-huh.
there are no whips or chains involved in her outfit.
No,
This season.
Yeah, maybe that's
this
season 2.
season.
This season.
She's family friendly.
Maybe-
These were the clothes I had, so I
Ooh.
used them. What?
Brian, Captain Nips, nipple clamps next season.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh, but you got to do it Marbach style. Just get potato chip clips.
And then paper clips connecting them.
Yeah, like some yarn.
Get like the really long ones and just from here to here.
Oh. Have you guys ever seen the Jim Rose Circus?
Mhm.
I haven't.
Okay, so weird story. Back in the day, I'm in an elevator. I'm in a cheerleading competition because I coached cheerleading at the time. This strange looking dude gets in the elevator and he looked out of it. He leaves the elevator. He leaves his bag in there. I was like, oh, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You left your bag. So he comes in and gets his bag. He's like, what's your name? And I told him my name. And he's like, you like music? I was like, sure. He's like, okay, go to the Coliseum, go to Will Call, how many tickets you want? I'm like, okay, where am I going to see? He's go tomorrow night, you'll have 10 tickets. So I get all my friends up. I'm like, look, I don't know what this is. They're like, do you know who's playing? I was like, no. They're like, 9 Inch Nails. I was like, well, some dude that looked half out of it just told me I was going to have 10 tickets at Will Call. So we went, didn't think it was going to happen. Ended up having 10 tickets there. Come find out it was Trent Reznor. This is back in his day where everything was crazy. So that's a little insight into the music that I do like. But I went to it, and the Jim Rose Circus is like a freak show. They do like the putting chains and hooks through and hanging bricks and swallowing fire and all this craziness. And I'm like right in the front row, and I've never seen anything like this. And then of course I'm in a pit now, and I've never been in a pit before. And it was just the craziest experience. So there's my claim to fame of meeting Trent Reznor when he was out of his mind. And I don't know what was in the bag, but he really was appreciative.
Don't ask.
Don't ask.
Exactly. And I didn't ask, but glad he's got
Brian,
himself straightened up.
That almost sounds like our meeting Blue at the Brahmas games.
Meeting. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Blue is our security guard, the one that yelled at us about. Well, he didn't even yell at us. He just came and talked to us about the profanity. And, rather than waste his time about what we can't say, I was like, well, what can we say? And he said, everything, just no profanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thus cemented our legacy.
And he became our best friend. So,
yes. Invited us to a concert, told us, just show up, buy the cheapest tickets you can. I'll get you in. Move you up front, get you backstage, all this other stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not going to say which concert because I mean we're not doing that, but
So
he's way too nice. I mean I just can't do that. Real quick,
there was
ASMR.
Go ahead. Oh, I love that.
ooh.
Okay.
I love that. Oh,
What are you
I'm less
drinking?
horny
Is it
now.
ranch water?
No, you're supposed to get
You
more
think it's
horny.
You think it's
Only horn.
Jorge?
yeah, hell yeah. I got some only horns going right now. After I love ASMR. No, so I remember at the very last game, which I mean, it's the last game of the season, and by this point, I'm not gonna be like humble about it. People know who the hell I am at this point, right? When you see the damn dude dressed like a mariachi walking, you know who you are at the Brahmas game, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm going to my. I was gifted a suite, and by the Alamo Dome.
Damn, I'm doing everything wrong.
I got friends that work there. And
Even then, I wouldn't want to be up there.
But here's the thing, I also I told him, I told my guy, I said, look, I appreciate it, but who I the whole shtick with I can't be up there. But I do have people who I can take up there. Thankfully, that was the same week that my in-laws from Oklahoma came down to visit.
I remember that, yeah.
And I was super excited because it was the first time that my wife's stepdad said that he wanted to come to San Antonio on not a holiday, just he wanted to come to a Brahmas game, right?
Hey.
And so I gifted the suite to them. I was like, so I escorted them up to the suite. I introduced them to my boy at the Alamo Dome. They enjoyed the suite, but they ended up coming down for the fourth quarter, where they saw a side of me that they had never seen in the 7 years that they known me. But getting back to my original point, so I'm walking, I escorted them up there. I'm going back to my seat. My wife and son were already there at our seats. And so I'm there. And because I have suite tickets, I have 5 tickets in my Apple Wallet or whatever. But again, you see the dude dressed as a mariachi. It's week 10 of the damn season. I'm walking into 108, and security guard stops me. And he's like, "Let me see your tickets." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
That happened to me that game.
Yeah, and I was like, "Are you
I've
serious,
never gotten
bro?"
stopped ever.
And I was like,
I'm close to the wrong.
He's like, I need to see your tickets, and I'm like, my man, I've been sitting in that seat down there where my wife and son are.
I want to be a part
for all the games this season. Why do you need to see my tickets all of a sudden? It's week 10, my guy. He's
Yeah.
like, I just need to see your tickets, right? And I'm
Maybe
like,
he
okay.
was getting in trouble.
So I was,
Some
I,
slack.
I was getting,
It's coming.
upset, right?
Oh shit.
And so I was like, all right, you want to see my tickets? Which one? So I pulled out my phone and I started swiping, and I'm like, tell me which one you want to see. You want to see the suite tickets, or you want to see my seat tickets down there? And he's like, sir, I'm sorry, sir. Go right ahead. And I was like, thank you.
Yeah, that
Granted, I
was
was
weird. Never
I
happened the
was,
whole season.
yeah, and granted, I was a few of these in, so I was feeling a little spicy. Um,
There's
but
the real story.
There's the
but
rub.
The Mexican came out
but no,
again.
And now
but here,
you know the
here,
rest of the story.
so no, that's only the half of it. That's only the half of it.
Oh,
So
there's more.
yeah, so after the game, I stayed behind because that game, my wife and son came to the game like later on because I obviously was a early tailgater. Um, and they're like, we're not getting up that early, and I'm like, well, I am. So I was there in my own on my own truck, and they came in their car, in my wife's car. And so I stayed behind because my heart was broken for this man, Parker Romo.
Yeah.
I like legit like almost had a tear in my, like when I saw him walk
Oh,
to the
oh,
to the
that
to
game.
the
I
to
feel
the
my
locker
heart break
room.
all over again.
Like
Thank you
when I
for
saw
the
him walk to the locker room, he had his helmet on and he just had his head down, and I was just like, my guy, like I feel that, like I felt it,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is after the game they allow family onto the to the field, right? And I had talked with his parents after, like before the game, because they'd always stop by the tailgate spot, and they're like, "Hey, we'll see if we can get you on the list. Like you're in Parker's inner circle now. Like you're cool." And he would always tell me, he's like, "Hey, I appreciate you taking care of my family and all that stuff." Like so, and so like I see his wife and his mom there, and I gave him my moño, my mariachi bow tie. So I took it off. I was gonna give it to him as just like a man. I'm gonna miss you. Like, thank you for everything. So, but he didn't come back out like he normally does.
Yeah.
And so I saw his wife and his mom, and I was like, "Have y'all talked to him?" They're like, "No." This is the first time he's never come out after a game. I was like, I don't blame him. Like, I was like, they're like, yeah, he's probably taking it pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I gave it to them to give to him. So he has one of my mariachi bow ties, my moño. And so I'm sitting there having a conversation with his wife and his mom. Like just talking with them. Obviously, like they're on the field and I'm having a conversation with them. Like there's a purpose for that. And the same security guard who stopped me for my tickets, he's coming down and he's like,
Telling you to
sir,
leave. You need to
yeah,
leave.
he was like, sir, the game's over. You gotta go. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. I'm talking to the player's family right now. So if you can let me finish my conversation, then I will leave because I understand. Obviously, the game is over.
Yeah.
Like, I thought there was gonna be a third half.
They were gonna
Fuck
come
me,
out
right?
and replay the game again.
And so
Do over.
Yeah.
so I finished my conversation with them. And he's like, I just need you know how it is. And I'm like, I get it, bro. Like, whatever. So I was like, okay, like I'll see y'all, later. So I'm walking up. My man stops me again. Right? And he's like,
I think he had a thing for
Let
you.
me see your ticket.
no, even
Game is over,
worse.
sir. Let me see
Even
that
worse.
ticket of yours.
He was like, my man, so I know you're all mad at me right now, but can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, are you freaking serious, bro? I'm like, yes, you can take a picture with me, but are you serious? Like,
You was
Did
giving
you
me
even
hell the
smile?
whole game.
I was like, you must
like
mean mug that entire picture. Just
I don't even remember because like I was just like so
We
like
lost.
like I was just broken,
you were
Yeah.
so
yeah.
Yeah, that
And
too.
so
but
like so I walk out of the Alamo Dome, and I had another pity beer with a couple of tailgaters that were there, and his parents. I see his family walking out, and they got to talk to him, and I asked him, I was like, "How's he doing?" They're like, "He's taking it pretty hard. Like that's probably one of the hardest. This is probably one of the hardest games that's affected him."
Yeah.
And I gave them all a big hug, and I was like, "I'm gonna miss you guys." And they're like, "What do you like?" They're like, "What do you mean you're gonna miss us?" I'm like, "We all know he's not coming back.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, we don't know." And I was just like, "Y'all just being humble. Like, he doesn't belong in this. Like, I'm sorry, he doesn't belong in the XFL. He
Yeah, he's
belongs in
good.
the NFL."
He's good.
And I'm glad to see it. Like, I'm saying, I called it. I called it. Hence why I'm wearing this, but I called it.
So I'm gonna get on my soapbox real quick.
Yeah.
Alamo Dome security, Alamo Dome ticket agents, do better, man.
No, you gotta
Do
save that for our
freaking
show, dude.
better.
Come on now.
Yeah, that was just a weird game because when Mike and I went, we've sat in the same section. Okay, not the first
Exactly.
game because obviously I was seeing ESPN cameraman's ass, but sorry,
Chapman.
Yeah.
Chapman.
and and then we went to come in, and I just go walk in my little happy self because I hit that entryway and Brahma Babe comes out. It's like do exactly. It's like snap in a Z formation.
Like,
And they're
Spirit
like,
fingers.
"Excuse."
oh
And
my
he's like,
God.
Spirit
"What's your
fingers.
ticket?"
Oh, sorry.
These are spirit fingers. So the guy was just like, "I need to see your ticket."
Spirit
and Mike's
fingers.
like, "Come back." not spirit finger. And I'm like,
That
"What do you
finger's got some
mean?"
spirit, man.
He's like, "He needs to see your ticket." And I
Jackie.
was just like, "My ticket? I sit down there." I've never pulled the Brahma Babe ticket before, but I was just like, "Really?" So I don't know
You
what
want
was going
me to
on.
show you my pictures on ESPN where I sit?
Really?
Yeah. It was weird. I mean, he wasn't rude or anything. It was just really weird. And of course, my husband being such an amazing guy he is, he's like, just show him the ticket. I was like, the last game, and you're going to question why I'm in this section?
You know who the fuck I am?
No,
Probably what I would have
and,
said.
and and like I remember, like I've also after the season, like fans were
your
just
ticket.
like going like when we were talking about renewals one day, and like there was, I mean, obviously we're gonna have the trolling fans that just complain about everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
And that they
Everything.
like they know
I complain about
they
everything.
they know everything about the sport more than
Don't
Heinz
you not
Ward.
away, my God.
And so
Why are we
I
doing
mean
the
Everything.
because but here there was one guy that stands out. I can't even remember his damn name, but
Everything.
this was like so he was like, this was the most boring team to watch. Like even at like during the first game, I almost took a nap and blah blah blah. So I'm like, I don't want tickets or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I don't care. And then he's
Don't
like,
go back.
and then someone responded to him, right? And then he throws my name out there about, he's like, and then that mariachi guy trying to stop the wave.
The wave,
and then,
I saw that.
no, but that's not even like the worst of it. He's like, and then the
There's
whole
more.
game, he's just stomp, making all this noise.
I mean, you do.
And I'm like, okay, I mean, obviously I'm going to, right?
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
stomp.
just like, okay. So I asked him, and he
cursed.
conveniently never responded. But I'm just like, okay, my guy. So you're telling me that the first game was boring, and you almost fell asleep and took a nap at the game, and then you're complaining that I'm too loud. So do you want to take a nap, or do you want to play? Like, do you want to watch a football game? Like, which one do you want? So I know how to behave around you. Like, you want me to be quiet and let you take a nap, or can I, do my thing?
Yeah. Was
And
this
I'm
the
just
game
like,
where?
oh my god.
Was
No, this was after the
same game
season.
where okay, because there was a game, dude. I thought I was gonna have to go to the EMT and get you some oxygen because you were so red faced and you were so mad. It was the game where we were shutting down the wave, but then somebody in another section took a picture and circled you in it, and you were just red faced. I forget which game it was, but Dude, they wouldn't
Probably
stop with the
Arlington.
wave. It might have been, but they would not start. It was Arlington. It was. And we
So
were just like, no, we're not doing the wave. I stand up a lot because I don't like to sit down. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I'm not standing up for the damn wave.
so
And
there's a whole there's a whole thing behind that.
I
So
started the wave at the championship.
like, yeah, I tried doing it too while
well,
Arlington was on
that's
I
offense.
did
different.
it
That's
twice.
different.
I was so
That's
proud of
different.
But like, so the thing is, so it was against Arlington, so I was already upset because they were there, and then I- the whole wave thing, it happened. I got to a point where I didn't give a shit anymore. Right now, my son was getting overstimulated, and
Oh,
he was starting to have a little bit of an episode. Now,
right.
for those who are not aware, and I've spoken on this multiple times,
Mhm.
my son does have autism, and overstimulation triggers him very, very
Mhm.
badly,
Yeah.
to the point where he starts having these little episodes where he just starts like he doesn't know how to process the
Right.
overstimulation, right? And so, um, thankfully, for the most part at the games,
Mhm.
he
Oh, he did
understands,
great.
like he does good.
Hmm.
But at that specific moment, I think
He.
between me getting pissed off because Arlington exists, the
Hmm.
wave going on, like
It just.
it exploded in his little brain. Like he's like, and I don't know
Yeah.
what to do, and the headphones can only mute out so much noise.
Yeah.
um and so like he's having an episode, like he's having a whole on meltdown. And he is like I'm trying to get him to like relax and chill, and
Hmm.
I am tending to my son.
Right.
Meanwhile, you got these assholes taking pictures and videos of me saying, "Look, the mariachi doesn't want to do the
Yeah.
wave," while I'm tending to my
To his
son,
son.
and then blasting it out and calling me out on social media. And I'm like,
Understandable. It's
you
upsetting.
don't like,
You don't know
I
the whole
un-
picture.
like I understand that Texas is a one consent state where like you don't have like the other party doesn't have to consent to being filmed and all that stuff, but there's
But
also
still,
just a common decency of like,
agree.
look, man, like you obviously don't know what's going on. I'm trying to deal with my family,
Hmm.
and like don't film me and put it
Yeah.
out there and then tell me, well, then maybe social media isn't for you if you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Like
That's BS.
that doesn't give you a license to just randomly film people and then blast
Mm-mm.
them on social media and say maybe this isn't for you. Like
Yeah. That's uncalled for.
because if that's the case, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm gonna film this guy going into the bathroom and like be like, hey, look at this guy. He can't handle his beer. He's gonna go take a piss, probably shit himself. Like,
Yeah. No, that's uncalled for. That's the only time I ever saw, and I thought there was more to it just because I've never seen
yeah,
you get that riled up. But then when I came up and I saw that on social media, I was like, dude, it's one thing if you want to be an asshole about the wave. I mean, not you, just saying in general, because none of us appreciate the wave when we have the ball, nor do I appreciate "Let's Go Brahmas" when we have the
Oh
ball.
Lord.
Preach. Preach.
It's the
And
end zone. It's
yeah,
the end
it is.
zone.
But when
Oh.
you come after somebody and you start pinpointing like those photos and things, I even as your friend, as a human being, I had a problem with that because
yeah,
and the other thing was it's one thing if you're sitting there and it's maybe say you and Carla or you and your
yeah,
wife, but when your child's there and people pinpoint in, that's where I do have a problem because you don't bring the kids in. You don't bring the
no,
kids in,
never,
and you don't know the
ever,
full situation. But
right.
I will say that okay. I'm gonna be mean to San Antonio, but I do not understand why it is so difficult to understand the concept that it's all about the audible, and people don't understand. I learned at 3 years old as a cheerleader, you don't yell when you have the ball.
They didn't even show my sign until the last
I
game.
know, and
Yeah.
then we finally got
Yeah.
some on the big screen saying,
Yes.
Hallelujah.
How long did it take me? How long did I have that
Oh my
sign?
God.
exactly, and it's
Sing
like
it from
I
the
told
mountaintops.
every
I
single
had
time we get the ball.
that sign is bent as how much I use that sign.
The
Every
And
time I
that,
heard somebody making noise, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I would come
shut
home and
up.
hear it in my
Do
sleep.
better.
Do better.
Do
let's
better.
go Brahmas. I'm like, why do you start that? I mean, even
Oh.
I mean, my husband,
I mean-
he loves the fact that I'm a sports fan. I'm probably a little bit more of a sports fan than he is. Actually, no, I'm just a little bit louder. Go figure. But he was even like, dude, why can't they get it? You don't yell when you have the ball in a huddle. It's still inaudible. Do they not understand what an audible is?
It's
This
a
is a basketball
combination.
town.
It's a
It's
combination
a
of things
basketball
like
town. That that's we're so used to as a city being the Spurs games and yelling the entire time and all
Mhm.
that. So
at the professional level.
yeah,
Because the thing is that it's a combination of things. Because at the UTSA games, the announcers also
Mhm.
are telling you, "Hey, keep it down on offense." Whereas the announcers at the Brahmas games, they
They
don't
don't.
do that.
We need to include that because people need to understand.
I hope
that
so.
That
Um,
is just it's
That's an ops thing.
So I was
Yeah.
watching the NAL game, the Gunslingers, last
Oh,
week or two
da
ago,
da
and
da da
the,
da
the,
da
uh,
da da da.
the announcers at the game at the Coliseum, just during offense, they're talking and they're doing beer
I
chug
was
things
there.
and they're
I
doing
was there.
playing music and all kinds of stuff. And even the announcers on the game were like, why are they making noise while on offense? Like they're calling out the
Wow.
PA team. They're calling out the entire like the team for making noise while on offense.
Mhm.
So
Wow. Yeah, that's just something I don't know. Maybe
So,
being from Florida
yeah.
and being
Well,
college football games and pro games and I
San
don't
Antonio
know.
doesn't have that experience, and
Yeah.
the most thing that we get is high school football, where doing that at a high school football game doesn't have the same impact when you're
Mm-mm.
It
playing
doesn't,
outdoors.
but you still
Um,
shouldn't do it.
you still shouldn't. The
Right,
thing
right,
is that you're still gonna in high school, like your tia's still gonna cheer for little Juanito, no matter what.
Juanito.
Go
Um,
Juanito!
and like it's
I just had to say it, y'all.
like that's what San Antonio's used to, and they don't understand.
Yeah.
And then at a Cowboys game, because you go to a Cowboys game, that place is so massive that like it's very easy to catch on to what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
So when you have how many people go to a Cowboys game? Like 60, 70,000 people typically on average go to a Cowboys game. And
How
that's
many
just a
people
random
stay
guess.
till the end?
I don't know.
Damn.
Probably about half.
I love
But-
you, Jackie.
But like you see like other
Yeah.
people around you like trying to like they keep it down on
wait,
offense.
more
So
than
like
the
Cold
Seattle fans or St. Louis fans.
yeah, like you're gonna like go with the crowd. Like you're not gonna be the one dude who's like, yeah, go Cowboys, while everyone else is just like, especially
Yeah.
with the snotty looks that you'll get from Dallas people, just the way that they
Yeah.
look at you being from Dallas.
I don't know why it's such a hard battle because I mean, even on the forums and things like this, when we come in and people do say, "Hey, look, we're not trying to be assholes. Just don't yell when we have the ball when we're in the huddle. When we're offense, just be considerate." And people will go at you
I know.
like you're
It's like,
you're
they're professionals. They
this
should
is-
be able
I
to handle
paid
it. It's
my
like, yeah, they
ticket.
should be able to, but they shouldn't have to when they're at
there's
home.
an etiquette. There's an
Right.
etiquette.
And people think that they buy a ticket, they got the right to do whatever they want.
Yes.
And this is a problem that has gone on as long as professional sport or professional football goes
Yeah.
in this town, right? Brian and I were at Commanders games. They would put it like they had what's his name, the coach, Moose Johnson, right? I can't even remember anymore. It's been so long.
Well, yeah,
Well, he was the president.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever
Yeah.
the coach was for the San Antonio team, they recorded him saying quiet offense at
Mhm.
work.
Yeah.
They would post it on the scoreboard or on the
Jumbotron. Mhm.
Which we know they had those in the queue. So it amazes me that it took the Brahmas 5 games to actually get that up there.
Well, they only did it like what, twice at the last game?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the last half of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't even.
Yeah.
And they had shown
So-
Jackie's sign way more. Sorry,
Yeah.
Brahma,
Mhm.
210 Brahmasita.
No, you can
Yep.
say my name. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
we're
they
on the
showed
only
your
horns.
sign,
We're all on a
you
first name
know.
basis.
Yeah.
here.
And I'm
same
telling you, that
time.
sign is bent as much as I used it. I brought it to every game.
That's the one thing. It's like I just I'm not knocking the fan base, y'all, but that is just the one thing I don't
Oh no, it's a
understand.
San
I'll knock
Antonio
the fan
problem.
base for that. I'll knock him for that. I mean,
Yeah, it's a San Antonio thing for sure. Like
Oh, I will
we
say
need to do
though,
better.
who's gonna join me? I
Do
know y'all
better.
are all like
Do
do
better.
better. I know y'all are gunslingers, but if the Sharks do end up having to play the gunslingers again here, I'm going.
Oh, I don't give a shit
Okay.
about them.
I'll see you there. Well,
These two
if it's a
do.
regular season game.
No.
Yeah.
If
Where
it's a playoff
where
game, I'm not going. I'm done
Yeah.
after this season.
oh are ya?
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys know if have y'all heard anything like are they gonna do you know how obviously it's not gonna be as big as the NFL draft, but are they gonna do like a draft for the XFL to where the public can come? You know how we like I went to Vegas not last let's see, where was it last year? St. Louis. So I went to Vegas the year before for the NFL draft and had a blast. But obviously I'm not
I doubt it.
I
So
don't know.
the
I would
thing
love
is,
to
is that
go.
this
Let's
league is,
go.
for whatever reason, they are so like hush hush about everything that they do that your guess is as good as ours. Like I have no idea.
If they do, are we going?
Oh,
I
period.
mean, depends
Bad.
on
I'm
where.
down. Always
I'm
down.
bad.
Well,
I'm
I'll hitchhike
speaking
my
of
ass there.
Jason, I did you get a text from the Beehawk Live peeps about going up there in September to St. Louis?
Yeah. So they're doing a whole get together party thing. And I didn't get a text, but it was a Facebook message. And I
Okay.
had said, man, Texas is
not
going
popular
to
at
have to
all.
come up and represent another party. I have saying it tongue in cheek. I didn't think they'd actually say anything. And then now it's exploded into this whole, we're taking a caravan up there in September. And it was like, I didn't actually say that. Like
'Cause
I
I-
just
Louis?
said,
Yeah.
right? I said, are we going to have to? And now I've committed us apparently. Like the whole damn Brahmas Nation is going up to St. Louis
I'm
to
in
go
a
show them
cruise.
how to actually party.
how did I not hear about this?
That was a Facebook thing on.
I
on
just
the
I
X-Fan
just
show.
heard about it today. Yeah, like I didn't
Sorry.
know. I mean, I'm interested in going. I've because like I said, I've never been to St. Louis,
I
and I'm
haven't
curious
either.
to see
If-
how they
if-
would like
How
wait
would
till
they
the game.
embrace us?
how are they gonna behave with me if fully suited up. You
bro,
know,
bro, they're not. They're more worried about talking crap about the former Rams
Kroenke.
owner. Yeah, Kroenke.
Kroenke.
Like literally, I was walking around. Okay, so my wife and I went to the St. Louis home opener game. Right. Again, I told you my wife's from St. Louis. We went up there, bought tickets, made a whole family trip just for that game. I'm walking around in Brahms gear. This is before we met Spurgeon, who, love him to death, but their fans wouldn't have done a damn thing to me. So he didn't protect me from anything. I even got up and talked to like a big group of their fans. They booed me for a little bit when they saw the Brahma stuff, and then they started their Kroenke suck chant. Or Kroenke sucks chant.
Oh.
That was it. I'm walking around next to the stadium, and this guy walks up and he's like, Brahmas? And I'm like, yeah, San Antonio represent, baby. I love my team. And he was like, can we at least agree that Kroenke sucks? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then he started the Kroenke sucks chant, and everybody jumped in. And I'm like, I don't even know who this dude is, and you're roasting.
I probably would have been like, who the fuck is Stan Kroenke?
Yeah, I would have been like, who?
Well,
Sure.
Well,
again,
I,
I've got the inside track.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, no, but like,
I'm not
if-
from there, but I kind of know that whole.
I mean, I know something about Kroenke Land or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know, like,
but I don't know
but
the whole.
that's my extent. And like, if they're like, hey man, Kroenke sucks, I'm be like, I don't know who the fuck is Kroenke. Like that's probably what I'm gonna say. Like I'm gonna be like, who the fuck is Kroenke? But sure, like he's. Oh yeah.
No, I think we should. If they
That's
have
3.
that, I'm game to go. Jeez.
Yeah, I
Man, if we
gotta
do, we
make
have
it
to run up on a
logistically
Friday
work.
night, do it, come back on a Sunday.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would do. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't
And
go.
it would be tough. It's 16 hours. Well, I did it in 14 with my kids. Don't ask me about
How
that.
does
Why-
it take
why-
that long if you just jump on a plane?
Yeah, there's a direct flight from San Antonio.
I mean,
Yeah.
who's jumping on a plane? Who got that kind of money?
Who got-
Bro, you fly Spirit Airlines, man.
Oh well, you can fly Spirit, but let me see.
Those are stadium seats in
Can y'all
Spirit,
see
and they
that?
charge you for
Southwest?
water.
Southwest?
Hang on.
You had to bring your own water in your prison wallet.
That's right.
Yeah, like, oh, you can fly Delta. Go right ahead. Like, I think
Man,
it's
I
one
ain't
of them.
rich,
Like,
dog.
like
Yeah,
I
right?
think
Yeah, I
I
ain't
mean,
rich. All
if
right.
Hubby's a pilot.
if
Nice.
hey yo, hook it up with some tickets to St. Louis then. But well, you know, well,
Yeah,
but
we're all your new best friend. All right, hook your best friends up.
yo,
Shit, we're all family now.
Friends
So-
and family.
That's right, friends
like
and family.
I'm over here thinking like, because I honestly I don't mind flying them crappy airlines. Like,
Oh no,
I-
if you're
I've-
just getting there and getting back.
if I'm gonna pay $30 one way to go to St. Louis, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. If that means I have to pack a backpack as my personal
Carry
item
on.
that fits under, like, I will make it work.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I'll wear
Yeah.
the same chones for 3 days. I don't care.
hell, I don't care.
Hey,
Like,
flip them underwears backwards.
Right.
Inside
Now-
out.
the last
Right
time I
outside.
did the last
By
time I
the
did
time
that,
you flip them back, the outside's already cleaned itself, so you're
But
good.
just do what you did. Do what you did. What had just layer it all on, so you don't even gotta worry about
There
it.
you go.
So,
Oh, you
and
guys- yeah.
here's the thing. The last time I did that, I went to a bachelor party in New Orleans, and I flew Frontier or Spirit. I forget which one, which
They're
crappy
both the
airline
same.
it was. Yeah,
Front rear.
but it
I'll
was
tell
like
my husband.
it was like a
Front rear.
$37 flight to New Orleans, right?
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, I'll take that flight. And then it was like to fly back at the same price. I had to get to the airport at like the flight left like at 6 a.m. because it was a
Oh
direct
yeah,
flight.
that's how I always
Um,
fly.
And so like I went and I didn't pack like I did the whole like I packed everything into a backpack as my personal item. So I wasn't gonna pay no stupid baggage fees, right? And so I made it work. Granted, I also partied on Bourbon Street the night before I came back from my buddy's bachelor party, and I
Uh-huh.
drank, I shit you not, 150 ounces of Yingling beer that night.
Oh, I love Yingling.
And I
Speaking my
was
language.
so drunk. And it was also when we flew back, or I flew back,
You
and
think you did?
like the flight back was
When he
delayed,
flew.
obviously because Spirit. And so I didn't go to sleep that night at all after drinking 150 ounces of Yingling. So I'm like hungover as shit at the airport, but I don't realize that I reek. Like
Oh God.
I smell
Like
like
a drunk.
Bourbon Street.
Well,
gotta
that's
sit right in.
Spirit. You smell that on
And-
Spirit all the time.
And
Yeah,
so
that was
the thing
I ain't no smell. No, it's you.
this is the only time when I've gotten off of an airplane and like I get into the car and like my wife, instead of saying, "Hey, how was your trip, honey?" She was like, "Oh my God, you smell like shit." And I was like, "Nice to
Yes,
see
I
you
do.
too." Now it was
I
a
love that
fun
she's so
night,
honest.
but yeah, that was that was the first thing she said. She's like, "You're taking a shower when you get home," and I'm like,
She's like,
"Fine."
use
Fine,
the
whatever.
hose outside.
She's
Yeah.
like, I'll pop in the trunk. You can climb back in there.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that would be
That-
so much fun though. I mean, we could probably find like you said, you just pack all your stuff, take a backpack on there, get there.
I
do
know. I
your
like a
thing.
road trip.
Yeah, well,
I'm all
the
about a road trip.
road
Dude,
trip's great,
I-
but 16 hours.
When you,
It
when
goes
you
by quick.
rotate drivers and you're all good.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I
I don't rotate
sleep.
drivers.
I don't
sorry.
rotate. I sleep.
You go the
Uh,
whole way.
I drive the whole damn way.
Yeah.
Wow.
How-
My sister lives
I
in
would
South
do that.
Carolina,
Ain't-
and it's a 17-hour drive, and I drive. I drive the whole trip.
Powered by Zoa Energy.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
Shameless
I
plug.
sleep.
I'd
be
You
like
put me in
that.
the car.
Powered by some
Yeah.
ranch
Next hour,
water,
I
baby.
might just watching you drive and sleeping at the same time.
That,
Hey, them Zoas, like I've grown to like them. They're a staple in my fridge now,
My
and they work.
my trips are powered
Probably
by
myself
Fred's
proud.
fish fry.
Oh my Lanta.
That's where you get the good. No, so
Tell me, when have you ever seen a square
so
fish in the sea?
Fred's Fish Fry
that they sell
is
by
where
the
you get
quarter ounce.
That's right.
is they're only in the hood here in San Antonio, right?
There's a lot of things in the hood of San Antonio.
So like
You got everything
the-
in the hood, baby. What's up?
so they sell fish, right? But it's
Mhm.
in square, like they're like legit
They're like rectangles.
Fish.
rectangle fish, right?
Okay, y'all
The
know.
thing is, you drive. They have multiple locations. They have like 10 Fred's Fish Fries all in the hood, and
They're always empty, too.
you will never see a car in
I've
the
never
parking
seen.
lot.
I've never seen
But
somebody.
they will be open.
Hmm.
They've
And
been
so-
open for
be
30
there.
years. I've never seen a car inside any one of their parking
How
lots.
they're still
so-
open for 30 years?
Now
Tells you why.
the
And they have
owners
square fish. Where
like
do you get
Right,
square
yeah.
fish?
I don't
Here's the-
know.
like so the owners like they've been interviewed by the newspaper before because of the whole like it's a drug front thing, and they're like they know it's a joke, right? Like
Oh, okay.
they know it's a meme at this point, right? So they just lean into it.
Do
But
they wrap it in
they're-
paper?
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they
it's
put the
packed
box-
in coffee grounds to get
Yeah.
over here first.
yeah. So Fred's Fish Fry, they say that they have operated since the 70s, and it looks like it because they've not updated the signage since then. And they say, well, we don't have cars in the parking lot because all of our customers, like 90%, 95% of our customers use the drive-through. And I'm like, but some of them don't even have a drive-through. Like,
I've never seen a car in a drive-through.
what
If you're not seeing
drive-through,
cars,
Yeah.
where?
right?
I don't
And
even
then
think I've seen it like
The
on
drive-through on the
DoorDash.
corner where the guy's like, hey, man, what you need? What you need? I got what
And
you
then-
need, baby.
so like
That's
everyone's like, how the hell are they still open? Like
Yeah.
you never see a car there, but they're all still going. And then the owner says, well, we don't have any debt. Like we own all of our buildings. We
Oh yeah,
buy
when
our
you're pulling
fish,
in that
like-
kind of money on
like-
the side, you can afford it.
like we've bootstrapped the whole operation since the 70s, and we've just
Wow.
expanded.
Bootstrapped.
But
And
y'all
then-
never seen the one in Corpus, right? Y'all haven't seen Boating It?
Oh, I've been to Boating It.
Oh, yeah.
Boating It-
Boating It, their intercom
But they're
system
good,
is
though. A
yeah,
PVC
Boating
pipe.
It is legit. Their intercom
I'm
system,
so
the little
naive.
PVC
But
pipe.
that's like a legitimate. fish
Some of them
place.
have a doorbell. That's how you let them know you're there, or a cowbell.
Yeah, a cow. So the one in
Oh, that's
Kingsville.
awesome.
So
Doorbell, special knock, bloop.
That's
Yes.
a doorbell.
So Boating It in Corpus, but we have one in Kingsville. Theirs is a cowbell. So you basically like you pull up to the drive-through, right? And it's drive-through only. So this one, like legit, like you
You can
cannot
walk
sit
up
there.
to some of them.
Yeah, you can't sit
There's
and
no
eat
dine-in.
at yeah, exactly.
Or dine
So,
out.
So you go and like at the one in Kingsville, you ring the cowbell and it gets like the sound travels through the PVC pipe over to the inside, right? Because there's a
Yup.
PVC pipe that's connected all the way to
I
the
have
inside
never
of the
gone
little
to these
shack,
places, y'all.
right? Oh no, but
It's
it's so
just
good.
a string in a tin can. Be like, yeah, let me get a fish
No,
sandwich.
but here's the thing though, is
Hello?
like
Hello?
they will like you ring the cowbell and they'll be like, yeah, what like they
And
won't
a
even be like, how
PVC
can I
pipe.
help you? They'll be like, yeah, what do
Yeah.
you want? Like, what do you want?
They have the
And-
best tartar sauce though. Their tartar sauce.
and you'll be like, let me get the 3-piece with the fries. They're like, anything else? And I'm just and like you hear it crystal clear, better than
Yeah.
you know, it's crystal clear. And then you go and then you eat the fish, which is delicious because it was fried in yesterday's oil. And
Yup.
then like it's great drunk food, I'll tell you that.
hell
and
yeah.
it's cheap too. It's like $5
Especially
for
during
like,
Lent. Ooh,
for-
it's
for
mad.
like
I
the
don't, I
two-
don't eat fish either.
Dude,
Oh,
So, like-
man.
I'm starting to crave some of this now, guys. Come
I
on.
don't,
Oh.
I don't eat anything with a brainstem or a cerebellum.
Great
I
fish
eat-
don't have that, so
Yes,
well,
it is.
these fish. Well, the thing
If
is
you're
that
dumb, you can eat them.
we can't guarantee that they're
Aggies
actually
don't. I guess we
fish.
could eat Aggies.
Yeah.
Like,
I eat
Nothing's
oysters.
been verified.
I love oysters.
So it
I'll
may
get
be
down some oysters.
imitation fish. I'm just saying, like
That's
red fish
that's
fry is definitely imitation fish.
Those fish from Browning Lake that got like 3 eyes and stuff.
Like
Yeah.
the Simpson fish.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so if you ever come to when you come back to San Antonio, Google Fred's Fish Fry and
Okay.
Yep.
just do their drive-through experience. Just say you can say that you did it.
I'll get a hush puppy.
Yeah.
They have the shoe dogs there. The shh dogs.
What? The sure dogs?
Shh dogs.
That's Hush Puppy's about the size of an 8-ball, right? I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
God. I'm
No,
taking
not-
y'all
not
with
right.
me. I'm not going to this place by myself.
You
Well, no, you
should
take your
not.
husband with you.
Absolutely.
Send me your location. I'll watch you.
Take your husband and a gun with you.
I'll
Take
ping
Jackie or
all
one of
y'all.
us with you.
I'll be
Yeah.
like,
I'm
pinned
driving up,
here.
y'all. Watch my location.
Oh,
I
you know,
need
and when I was in Oklahoma, so I went to this quick trip that's down the street from my in-laws' house, right? And I
I
went
know
in the
what
middle of
that
the night.
is.
Yeah, so
Well, they're
They
like
here
have the
now.
school
They're-
pizza there still.
they had so the one
Breakfast.
that's by my house is like it's the one off of San Pedro and 35. So it's right
Okay.
downtown. So it's like
Okay.
the crazies hang out there, right? So I'm used
Yeah.
to it. Like I'm probably gonna go like after this show because I need to go get my wife some ice cream.
And then a little bit further, get 9 inches of meat.
And then go
No,
get a
it
hush
actually does
puppy the
sound-
size of an 8-ball.
That
2
does
hush
sound
puppies.
good.
2 hush
Getting,
puppies.
I do need to get my weekly 9 inches
You
long.
need meat and 2 hush puppies.
Yeah, there you go. My 9 inches long with 2 hush puppies. There you go.
Oh, Lord,
but
what did I get myself into?
but anyways, so I go to this quick trip, which I didn't think it was gonna be like hood in Oklahoma,
Hood.
but Oklahoma hood is different from
Bro.
Texas hood.
Oh
like
yeah.
so, like I
What
went
set y'all climbing?
and so there was like this. Like, I went at like 1 a.m, right?
Why would you do that?
Well, we had some stuff without getting into detail. Some stuff happened, and I
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
go to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to sleep,
Yeah.
so I was like, "I'm going to Quick Trip. I'll be
He-
back."
Okay.
That's
gives
the
it
clock right
Fred.
there.
And yeah. The thing is like there's all these like crazy people that are hanging out there, and the thing is that San Pedro Quick Trip. I'm already trained for that. I'm used to it. I'm good. I know what to expect.
A different kind
And
of moment.
like I was just like I had this look on my face like I was upset and pissed off when I got out the car.
Oh.
I also was not in the mood.
And that
like,
embraced
like,
the crazy.
No, so that like scared them off. So
Those
like,
kids are like, oh hell no.
like I walk in, like
More
some
crazy
guy
than me.
was like outside, like, and he was about to ask me for money, and I just gave him like the look, and he was just like, and like the crazy got like out of him for like a second, and he was just like looked around
Give
and went
him all
crazy
his
the other
money.
way, and then like I went to go, like I like to go get Slurpees there, right? And so I was going to fill up my Slurpee thing, and
Sorry.
like some,
I haven't heard
some
that
guy-
in such a long time.
so
That's 7-Eleven.
You got
I
9
know.
inches of meat and a Slurpee.
yeah, hell yeah.
At the end.
And so, like, I'm filling up my Slurpee, and some dude comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey, you don't smoke, right?" And he shows me like a Zippo, and I just looked at him, and I didn't say shit. I just gave him like the death stare, and he's like, "Oh," he just backed off, and I'm just like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't want to talk to you. But the people here in San Pedro, right by my house, those fuckers are insistent. Like, they will come up to you. It's like, I'm asking you a question. I
Yeah.
want money.
I
Like,
got the square. You can run your card through it right now, buddy.
yeah, but the Oklahoma ones were just like, oh no, this guy.
Well, because in Oklahoma, they're dealing with that trailer park bathtub meth addiction. And so that's a whole different thing when somebody's coming down on that, right?
I've never been to
Especially-
Oklahoma either.
I think it also helped that like I was the only chocolate chip in the cookie inside that store. So
The worst kind of cookie ever.
it's like,
One chip right in the
All
center.
bread and
and
one
the,
little
and,
chocolate
and the
chip.
thing is that
Like single chip.
I'm not the dark chocolate kind. I'm like the mocha kind. So it's
You're
like,
like a
this guy
macadamia
even-
Like a butterscotch.
It's like, does
Back
this
in
guy
the
even?
Fuck is this?
It's like, does this guy even speak English, or either that, or since it's Oklahoma, which reservation did he come from?
Damn.
But like,
The cocktail reservation.
but like, but the thing is like I don't look like, because I've asked my wife too, because she's from there. I'm like, do I look like I'd be like from the reservation or something like that? And she's like, no,
No,
not at
no,
all. So
no.
I'm like, all right, dope. So then people know that I'm not from there. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm a foreigner from somewhere else, like from where, God knows, I don't know, but I don't know, maybe my
I
watch
crossed the
strap
river,
gave it
fool.
away,
That could have.
From that nation called Texas.
Yeah.
but
Oh
yeah,
wow. I'm
I
learning
was just
so
like,
much tonight.
oh yeah, we get wild.
You
I'm
had no
telling
idea
you.
what you were getting into.
Oh, this
did you?
isn't bad.
I gotta
Horny
take
after
y'all
dark.
to Duval.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so
I only
The hell
learned
is a
about that 'cause I watched
Duval?
the good.
that's
I
the
watched
best player on the
the-
Jaguars.
Nah.
What?
What's that, Jackie?
I said I just learned about this because I watched The Good Place.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh
the
my
What?
God,
dude is like all the Jaguars fan. He always yells it
Oh,
out.
yeah. Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles is
Duval.
number one.
Yeah, Blake Bortles. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, oh, this is
Actually,
a Brahma Babe thing and a James thing.
in 2017, when we made it to
I
the
do.
playoffs, I forgot his real name, because he's on, I follow him and all, but he came down because he was such a huge fan.
He really is a fan?
Oh yeah, in real life, he's a true Jaguar fan. So he
Oh,
came to the
hilarious.
game. He was on the field and everything. And I don't know if you guys ever watched the show Ghost. It's on CBS. It's about the couple that move into this house and the ghost.
Oh yeah, they have all
encompass it.
them weird different ghost
Yeah.
people.
So Asher is the one with the pants. He doesn't
Mhm.
wear pants. And he has been a Jaguar fan since he was 6 years old. He's from New York. So when we made the playoffs this year, he came and he came to the game.
Oh
And,
Lord.
And actually, one of the former Jags
goodness.
produced one of the episodes of Ghost.
You
And they
just-
did this
oh,
whole. I'll send
God.
you guys the link, but it's a cool link. It's basically, you know how everybody says the NFL is scripted. So Asher did this whole movie basically of the Jags this year, and it was basically how the season last year was scripted. And at the very end, it's cool because Trevor comes in and he's like telling the writing team and all. He's like, "You guys are all fired because I just wrote the best screenplay, and Shad likes it, so you're all fired." But I'll send you guys. It's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing how many people now, that I see that are Jag fans, and the Duval thing. I've had to explain the Duval thing to a lot of people because they don't get it. But
I don't either.
do you know what it means?
No.
It's the
Does
county
anybody?
that they're
Okay,
in.
you can't say anything.
Yeah, be
Yoshi.
quiet.
Does anybody know what Duval comes from? Not you.
I think I only know because I saw it in the comments from earlier.
Okay, yeah. My
Is it
my
like
husband.
a prison or something? I have
Oh,
no
it's
idea.
his
No.
fault. Is there a prison?
Yeah. So
I mean,
well, and
basically, yeah.
we
Kinda.
have a lot of things in Jacksonville and the outskirts that we've done, but that's not one of them. Duval is the county of Jacksonville, and we're the largest landmass in the continental U.S. And so Duval, and we don't just say Duval; it's Duval.
See,
So-
you're the third Jags fan that I've ever met, and I met all of them this year.
Yeah.
So you met all three of them?
This year,
I met
yeah.
two.
All three
that's
Jags
it.
fans. You've met them
I-
all.
It wouldn't be that hard if there's only 3 of them, Brian.
So I was invited.
Ah!
I was invited to a watch party in Pflugerville because of a Jags fan.
Are you sure
Pflugerville.
it wasn't Austin? Because we had like 75 people at our watch party.
So I was
didn't even know
invited
people had watch parties like
I was
that.
invited in Pflugerville
I'm
to
questioning
a,
that math.
a
Pflugerville.
party by a Jags fan who he's a friend of ours. He's from he went to Florida State. He's from Florida.
Yeah.
And there was when they
I'm
were playing
sorry,
the-
he went to
the-
Florida State. They welcome everybody there.
Oh.
he
Whoa.
Wow.
they were playing the I want to say the Challengers, but the Chargers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they
Oh, that game, the comeback.
The
yeah,
Dogs Challengers.
and and he was like Duval, and I'm like, which player is Duval, bro? Like, I don't know which one that is. He's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah,
Yo, what
man.
number is he?
I was like, what number is he? I was like, you obviously keep
24.
saying his name. I was like, is he the running back or something? Because it's not the quarterback. Because I know that's the dude with the long hair from Ohio State or for Clemson or whatever.
What's her name?
Don't you say Ohio
What
State.
her name is?
That's Sunshine. That's Trevor Lawrence.
What her name is?
Yeah,
What her name
so-
is?
From Clemson.
So that guy. And so I'm like, I thought it was like the running back or something, right? I'm like, is he like,
Trevorita? Something like that.
and then so he explains to me the whole Duval thing, right? And then
Duval, not Duval.
XFL
Duval.
starts.
Duval.
And I meet,
Duval.
and
Say
I
it
meet-
right.
Duval.
I meet James.
Duval.
And then,
Is it Duvine? No, it's Divine.
and then James, I see him throwing haymakers on social media
yeah,
when it comes
James
to the
gets
Jags.
down.
Like James don't back
He
down.
gets
Like
front.
he throws haymakers about NFL teams. And then I meet you and you're a Jags fan. I'm like, that where like
It came
the
out of
only-
nowhere.
The only fan that I have left to meet that I've yet to meet is a Browns fan.
Oh, I got
That
those.
I've never met a Browns fan.
I'm going to Cleveland this year to watch the
That-
Jackson
that's-
Browns play.
That sucks. That's they call Cleveland the mistake on the lake,
And
right?
it's in December.
That sucks.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Is it an open
No, it won't.
stadium?
It's
Yeah.
the mistake on the
yes.
lake.
It's gonna be
Cleveland-
cold.
Cleveland's slogan is "At least we're not Detroit." I mean, like,
Bro,
how great is that?
to have that kind of loyalty for that kind of team and for that
I mean,
long, I can
res-
Oh,
respect
the
that.
Browns?
Yeah.
Respect to the
Yeah.
Browns fan, like they enjoy losing,
yeah.
but it is what
Bro,
it is.
Take the Browns to the
I mean,
Super Bowl.
respect the
Well,
fans, but the
I
city's
can
still
respect
garbage.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well,
The
y'all,
dog
I,
pound, you know.
30-something years, Brian. Just remember that.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
it's our
log
year,
off.
right? It's our year.
The Jaggies are babies. I mean, everybody gives us shit, but we're babies. We got the team in 93. We were awarded. We played our first game in 95. But we're babies, and we're doing it.
Can we at least
That's
all
almost
agree that
30
this
years,
year,
all right? That
this year we're all gonna cheer a little bit just for the Lions? I'm just saying.
A little
Like-
bit, unless they mess
Not for
up.
the Lions, just for the player.
Yeah,
if they
just for
mess
the
up-
player.
Correct.
Then I'm doing a do better segment.
I'll do better.
Oh
100%.
yeah, no, I'm gonna be pissed if they mess up.
Yep.
But so
that a
I gotta
dog?
go. Yes,
It's time
I
to
have-
log. It's
I
time to
have
log
3 of them.
off.
It's time for me to log off. So I gotta go run some errands. But yeah,
You gotta go to the Friends.
I gotta go to
Yeah, good
Quick
9
Trip.
inches.
I gotta
Friends
go
in
to
9
Quick Trip
inches.
and go get some 9 inches long. So
I do want to tell you guys
Um,
before you leave, Jorge. Though, thank you guys so much. I mean, all seriousness here. Thank you so much for having me on tonight and allowing me to do this. I thoroughly enjoy it,
I
and
hope it was fun.
it
Yes,
really
thank
was. And I
you.
hope you guys got to see a little bit more and know a little bit more about me. That kind of, I love the persona and all, but there is a lot to me, and this really made my night. So I appreciate it.
That's what it's
Yeah.
all about.
100%.
That's what it's all
Yes.
about.
And I've learned so much about where not to go.
So I'm gonna
We're like
digest
the
Marbach,
that tonight.
tour guide.
French
in San
fish fry.
Antonio.
I'm going to be known as Brahma Barbie now. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
God,
my
no!
God.
Please don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
Don't do that.
So
You'll take
we're
Brian's gig from
ending
next
this
year.
then tonight. We're ending
Yeah.
this early tonight.
All right. So I'll see
Yeah.
you guys. I gotta log off.
Okay.
Take care.
Later.
Bye,
See you
guys.
guys
Thank you.
later.
Bye.